How's everybody doing? Great, great, great.
Well, so Bill Thomas in Baltimore talked yesterday about how close your families are.
Yeah.
Where is the genesis of that? How close are you and Earl particularly?
Earl and I are actually really close. We actually text quite a bit and communicate, even during the season sometimes. And I think for Earl and I, we've shared a lot of similarities just in terms of, I think that his passion for the game. He loves the game. And I think for us, my family and his, we've shared a lot of cool moments together. Our kids spent a lot of time together. Me and Earl and his wife and Sierra, and so it's been really cool just getting to know him. Obviously outside of football, which is always amazing, and just we've always shared a lot of moments. I remember Sierra and I went to his wedding, how cool that was, and how much fun that was. So we shared a lot of cool moments together. So I love Earl. I love his family too, just his kids and everybody else. So it's been cool just to get to know his family, his mom and dad, and everything else too.
You practiced against him for 7 seasons. What's that going to be like to see him across?
Well, I hate having to play Earl. It's because you spent so much time together. And you think about all the fun moments together and just everything else. It's been cool. And all the games we were able to find a way to win, and all the amazing plays he's made. He's as good as it gets. When you think about safeties, to be honest with you, he's one of the top 1, 2, or 3 safeties to ever play the game, in my opinion. And you think about guys, you think about the Palomalus, you think about Ed Reed, you think about Earl, you think about Lott too. He's an amazing player. So there's been some great players, and he's one of those. So I love Earl as a person. I love him as a player, and I love him as a teammate. So. For facing him against him 7 years, it was always a tough challenge every day in practice. He was amazing, just how fast he was, sideline to sideline kind of guy, physical. He brought it every day. The thing I loved about Earl, watching him practice, he was such a true professional. Every day, I remember my locker was right across from his, and every day I remember going to walk through, and he'd have his sweatbands, getting ready. He'd do a same routine every day and have his headphones on and getting zoned in. And he truly treated every walkthrough, every practice, every moment from, OTAs to training camp to regular season to the game, the walkthroughs before Super Bowls. He treated every walkthrough the same, and just had amazing professionalism, just amazing focus. He was a guy who envisioned making great plays. So, he was a true pro.
When you and your wives, family, and kids are hanging out, is he as intense and as straight talking as he is?
No. Earl's actually pretty relaxed. He's pretty chill. He's when it comes to football, when he puts his helmet on, he's rolling. But he's a great dad. He's a great husband, just a great family guy. So it's been cool getting to know him and being around him and just growing together.
How has the leadership on this team evolved with Earl gone now and Doug and the last couple of years Richard and Cam and guys like that?
Well, I think the leadership just has been amazing, just the growth of guys. And obviously Bobby has been tremendous for us for years. KJ Wright, his leadership. But I think guys like Dwayne has been, ever since he stepped into our building, has made a huge difference for us. I think Britt's been a great leader for us. I think that there's just so many different players and so many different people that have really stepped up. And I think that we're, as a collective group, we're really, really close. And I think that's the key. And it doesn't matter if you're a rookie. It doesn't matter if you're, one of the oldest guys on the team or not. It's about each other. It's about helping each other, finding a way to help each other win and do whatever it takes, on and off the field.
Your job obviously is to study the opposing defense, but how much have you seen of Lamar Jackson just as a fan?
Well, I don't get to see him play as much, obviously, because we're playing. But it's always one of the things I like to look up. It's just his highlights. He's got some special plays. Lamar, he's one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL. He's been fun. I remember watching him in college. My brother lives in Louisville, so I remember watching him play there too as well, and just all the things he did there. He's just a tremendous athlete, tremendous quarterback. Can throw it, can run it. He's fast as lightning, quick as can be. He's tough. So he's a great football player, one of the best in the league right now.
Your first touchdown to Jerron, did you know that guy was going to be coming free up the middle and you're going to have to get rid of it well before he's out of his break?
Yeah, felt like he was gonna. There was gonna be pressure. I knew I was probably gonna get hit at some point, on one of those, in that play, and just had to hang in there and just try to give Dron a good ball and make him, see if he could, go and get it. And sure enough, he did, and got both feet in, and it was a sweet catch.
In that situation, do you have to do all of your reading of what you think the coverage is going to be pre-snap, or do you have a second to go through maybe 2 reads, or is that just like if he's open, it's touchdown. If not, I'm either throwing it away or it's a sack, as I'm going to get blasted here.
I read it. I process it fast. There's really 3 guys over there, so I'm processing it quickly as they're kind of bearing down on you, and so kind of getting ready for that throw and just trying to give him a chance to make a play. And as I'm reading it, just there it is, boom, and try to take a shot, and sure enough, we got it.
And on the second one, looked like he found a soft spot. You were looking at the right, maybe missed him early, and then he did a good job getting your attention late, and you threw it away. What about that second one?
Yeah, JB did a great job. Reminded me a lot like London. Take it back to London, going playing there when he scored that touchdown too. He ran a nice hook route. He kind of sat there and kind of moved back in. He did a great job moving initially. I was trying to see where the D linemen were, because they were right around me, and so I was trying to create space, and then sure enough, he did a good job of establishing himself and moving again, and sure enough, he made a sweet catch again and another touchdown for him. So he's been playing great football for us, and we want to keep him going.
Recognizing that blitz on the first touchdown pass, and staying in the pocket there, is that somewhere you feel like, obviously as you've gotten older and more experience, you've really evolved in that regard and able to just stay in the pocket and recognize that early?
Yeah, I think that you try to process things really quickly. I think the more studying you do, the just the I think that I've always liked pressure. I don't mind pressure when teams bring pressure, to be honest with you. A lot of green grass behind a lot of things. They miss a tackle, whether if it's short down the field, whatever, it could be a touchdown. So I think that's something that I've always tried to pride myself on, is being ready for pressure and the protections of it all, and something like that. So I think that I think that's something that you always that's where the studying is so important, just trying to figure out what teams are doing and when they're going to try to do it in different scenarios.
In particular, obviously,
Yeah.
known to be really aggressive. What particular kind of challenges that?
Well, they're a great defense. They're super aggressive defense. They got great players, coached extremely well. So it's going to be a tough challenge. We got to be ready to roll. We got to bring our A game. They're fighting for something special. We are too, and so it'll be a great matchup. We're looking forward to it. Like I said, we have a lot of respect for how these guys play. When you turn on the film, you notice, man, these guys are good. It's going to be. We're going to have to bring our best game.
What have you learned about Marcus Peters from the times you played him against the Rams?
Well, Marcus he's historically been one of the best corners in the league. He's got great hands. He can see everything. He recognizes things really well. So, so it's going to be it's going to be tough. Obviously, seeing him again. He's a great player. So, we got to get ready to roll against him.
When you have watched highlights of Lamar, what jumps out at you the most as a fellow quarterback? Is it the pure speed? Is it the elusiveness? I guess what really stands out to you?
I think the first thing that people, are going to say about Lamar, when you ask, what's the first thing that jumps out to you? People always mention his speed. I think that's obvious, but I think that, the mixture of all the different things he can do. He's, like I said, he can really throw it down the field. He can, he's tough. He hangs in there. He's a smart player too. You put all those things together with his elusiveness, which is, as good as it gets. Probably one of the best you've ever seen. Kind of fast speed, and he's really special. So, like I said, I love watching his highlights and love watching him play. He's really got something great to him.
Russell, obviously you hardly ever play the Ravens. The fact that they do have Earl, they have Marcus Peters now, who came from the division, does that help, or how might that help in your preparation?
Yeah, we haven't played the Ravens in a while. I think that, but the thing is, I think that you study the film. There's several teams we've played this year that we haven't really seen much of, ironically, so far early on, especially. But that's the good part about the game. You get to play new players and face new faces and everything else. There's definitely some faces that we know. Obviously Earl, but Earl's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best players to ever do it. He's a guy that you got to get prepared for and understanding how he plays, and he's very smart. He studies like crazy. He's a great football player. He makes the plays, and so got to be ready for him. And then obviously, as you mentioned, Marcus too. Him coming from the Rams to there. So he's a great player. He's always been great, in his career. So they got, like I said, they got a plethora of guys who play too as well that are really really talented. And so it's a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game, and they do everything well. Their offense, their defense, their special teams. So, like I said, we got to bring our A game.
Do you have a favorite Earl Thomas memory?
Well, I mentioned something earlier. I think some of my favorite, memories is going to, his wedding. Was really cool. Just flying there and being there for that. That was pretty cool. Just, remembering that experience. But like I said earlier, some of my favorite memories are just as a player of watching him is, just people would say that him the chop on the 1 yard line and the crazy plays he made, just like how did he do that? But like I said earlier, I think my favorite moments as a player, being able to be a teammate, is watching him approach walkthrough every day. No matter if it was a Super Bowl, if it was OTAs, if it was training camp, if it was the 5th game of the year, whatever it was. He had the same approach every day. He had the same routine. He was zoned in. And I think outside of the wedding and the walkthroughs and stuff like that, just seeing our kids grow up together and be on the field running around, his daughter Callie and baby Future running around having fun, and when he was really young, and that was always cool, and just that we had a lot of great times, and so I love Earl. He's a great friend and a great player.
Was that intensity he brought every day infectious?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I mean, definitely, his focus and his tenacity, how he played, and then his focus just in terms of how he approached practice, everything, I think fed off on other players, and definitely helped me throughout my career too as well. Just continuing to watch greatness and seeing how he did things.
When you look at this Ravens team, is it a little bit like looking in the mirrors in terms of what they try to do and their identity offensively and defensively?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of similarities. I think that in terms of the Ravens and us, I think, like I said, I think it's special teams, offense, defense. It's all 3 phases, and great players across the board. 2 aggressive teams. Just going after it, and it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a great matchup, and got great coaches. And the 2 coaches, and yeah, so it's going to be a good game.
What's the second year with your play caller allowed you to do? What advantages do you have now you didn't have a year ago?
Well, I think it's. I don't think much has changed, but I think we've grown. That's what I would say. I think with Shadi and I, we've been really, really close since day one. I think that his love for the game and just I think ever since we kind of got together, we really connected. I think that's from the passion that he shows, and I think I try to bring every day. And I think that going from year 1 to year 2, just like anything, you continue to build that relationship, and he just continues to grow. And just would I say more freedom? I think he gave me a lot of freedom early on, to be honest with you. But I think that it's just continue to understand what we want to do and how we want to play it and how we want to play each game and the game plan and everything else. And he continues to challenge me every day. I love that, and so it's been great. He's a great coach, so I really like him. I really like how he plays. He coaches the game, and just the times that we get to spend together is really cool. So his birthday was yesterday too. So shout out to Shadi for that.
I'm sorry if I missed it. Did you already address losing Will?
I thought I did the other day, but I would definitely do it again, because obviously losing Will, he was having an amazing year. Just he was lights out. Just everything he did was right. He works his butt off every day. If you guys understood just the amount of energy and focus and time for him to be ready to roll for the beginning of the season, and he would catch balls, limping across the field. He just wanted to catch, he just wanted to play. He just kept doing it, and next day he would feel a little bit better, and the next day he'd feel a little bit better, and the next day he'd feel a little bit better, and be walking a little bit better, and then running, and then, and so, and then obviously he had a great season so far, and then it's just an unfortunate part of this game, unfortunate part about sports, but I think that, if anybody can do it, it's going to be him. And I really believe that. He's got the best is ahead for him. I love Will. He's been an amazing teammate, amazing friend. We've spent a lot of time together so far this year, just in general, and on and off the field. And really hold him in high regard, and just really respect him.
Anything else? Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, guys. Go Hawks. Yep, thank you.